Hey Lorain County Wrestling fans, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Matt Report, brought to you by our friends at Cobos Insurance Center. Again, Cobos Insurance Center is locally owned and operated, and they are very proud supporters of the local high school wrestling scene, so please consider Cobos Insurance for all your insurance needs. Well, it was a pretty wild and hectic past week here in the Lorain County high school wrestling scene. Let's first head over to Millersburg at the West Holmes Invitational, where we had a couple of local teams representing the county very well there, as Avon Lake took 4th in the field, Midview came in at 6th, Keystone was 10th, and then Black River came in at 11th. We did see 2 local individual champions from that West Holmes Invitational at 165 pounds. Who else? Jack Marconi from Avon Lake captures another title, and then at 157, another usual name here, Tristan Green from Keystone. So congratulations both to Jack and Tristan. There were a lot of placers for those schools as well. Avon Lake ended up putting 9 on the podium. A couple of third places here at 132, Jack Valerino, and then at 144, Braden Patterson. Again, both of those young men taking 3rd place. Midview put 6 on the put 6 guys on the podium, I should say. At 157, Owen Beer takes 3rd. Keystone had 3 guys on the podium. Diego Morales, we talked about him a lot. He took 2nd at 144, and then Black River put 3 people on the podium. A pair of runner-ups here at 120 pounds, Joe Dennis, and that at 215 pounds, Charlie Wells. And for Avon Lake, they've had a really nice week even outside of that. They actually took it to Elyria in an SWC duel, so the Shoremen just continue to have a fantastic season on the mats. Scott Sedlick has his guys performing well, no doubt about that. Let's head over to the battle for the belt at Berkshire High School, where we had 2 local teams competing here with Avon and Columbia. The Eagles end up taking 4th, with the Raiders coming in at 5th, but each team had 10 placers at that Berkshire battle for the belt. So some real nice Lorain County representation there, no doubt about it. Avon had 3 runner-ups, no individual champions, but again, 3 runner-ups at 132 pounds. Owen Shart at 138, Mason Fitch, and then at 144, Riley Atkins. So congratulations to those 3. For Columbia, they had 2 runner-ups, I should say, at 165, Garrett Zuck, and then at 175, Hayden Garrow. Let's go to Ashland now with the Dave Rohr. This was a good one with a couple of local teams as well. Clearview had 5 placers here. Oberlin had 2 for Clearview. They had 3 guys finished with 4th place finishes at 126 pounds. Isaiah Garcia at 175, Preston Camfolt, and then at 190, Sean O'Hearn. And for the Oberlin Phoenix, a team that we just really haven't gotten to talk a whole lot about this year, so it was nice to see them in the paper here again at that Dave Rohr at Ashland. At 126 pounds, Colby Wonarowski, he takes 6th. And then the same thing for Tommy Boyer at 132 pounds. He took 6th as well. So a lot happening there, no doubt about it. One more big tournament here that we wanted to go over, the Audrey Genovese Memorial at Orange High School. North Ridgeville, the lone Lorain County team here, they took 10th out of 17 teams. With a number of individual placers. And we'll go through all of them here because we haven't really gotten to talk a whole lot of Ranger wrestling so far this season. Joel Melvin, one of my favorite coaches to talk to, so want to give his team some love here. Ian Rotari at 106 pounds. He took a runner-up at the Audrey Genovese. Same for Nate Bober at 132. More on him in just a second. Heavyweight Eddie Bowers, he takes a runner-up spot as well. A 4th place finish for Caleb Grimm at 113 pounds. And then Andrew Flesher at 215 pounds. He takes 9th. Now, I said I wanted to talk more about Nate Bober, and Sean Bennett of the Chronicle Telegram had a fantastic article on this young man, the junior from North Ridgeville. Again, this was in last Friday's Chronicle Telegram, I believe. So check it out if you haven't seen it yet. It's a real amazing comeback story for Nate. He's been dealing really with chronic back issues. I believe it's because of a stress fracture that he has going on back there. Kind of struggled last season on the mats, not his most successful season. Shut things down pretty much right away once the season came to a close. Didn't participate in any of those summer events, camps, anything like that. Kind of just got ready for football season, hit the ground running on the gridiron. Now he's back on the mats, and he's just really bursted onto the scene this season and taken the county wrestling scene by storm. He's one of the top performers, not just in North Ridgeville on their team, but in all of Lorain County. It's just very impressive what the young man's been able to do so far this season. Looking at some of his accolades to start this week, he comes in at 23-3 on the year. He actually leads the county in pins. He's got 21. He's got 3 individual titles already, one at Cuyahoga Heights, one at Willoughby South, and then one at East Lake North. And he's just, one of the top 132 pounders in the area. He's wrestling guys closer to his weight, more so this season than he was able to last season. So again, for Nate Bober, the junior at North Ridgeville, a lot of love going his way right now. Certainly deserves a big shout out. And I encourage you to go read Sean Bennett's article in the Chronicle Telegram on Nate. That was really nicely done. Sean also had another little nice section titled The Wrestling Honor Roll. Had a nice snippet of Keystone's Diego Morales, who got his 100th career victory, helping out a Keystone team really big this year. and just having another fantastic campaign. So more on that again in last Friday's Chronicle Telegram. Some top wrestling records from the season were also in there. At 106 pounds on the girls' side, Riley Banyas from Elyria, she's 16-0 to start the week on the season. Cole Schulke from Columbia, we've talked about him a lot. He's 24-1. Hunter Anderson from Midview at 150 pounds is 28-2. There's just a lot of really impressive records here in Lorain County. Again, Sean had more in last Friday's Chronicle Telegram. Some Lorain County League duels to go over here as well. Columbia actually clinched a share of the conference title for the first time since 2001. So big shout out to Coach Dan Giuliani and the Raiders over there. They knocked off Black River and Wellington last week. They can get a solo crown in the Lorain County League if they can find a way to knock off Keystone this week. Firelands picked up 2 wins last week over Black River and Wellington. And I got to give a very heartfelt shout out to Ruben Pina Lorenzana. Just very unfortunate news going down with what will be a season and ultimately a high school career-ending knee injury. Just a real tough break for Ruben. And just, I really feel for the young man. He was on pace to maybe even break the Firelands school record for most wins of all time. So just an absolute joy to watch and cover the last couple of years. So, thoughts and prayers certainly with Ruben. Brookside, they split a pair in the past week. They fell to Keystone before bouncing back over Oberlin, and Oberlin themselves picked up a nice win over Wellington. So there's kind of what's been happening. Again, a lot happened in the last week, a very hectic and wild week. Some conference duels, some bigger events and tournaments still going on as well. As far as what to look out for the rest of this week and weekend, Columbia and Keystone, like we said, they'll meet up this week. Solo crown for Columbia in the Lorain County League will be on the line for the Raiders. So we'll see if they can find a way to get that done. I believe Brookside and Wellington will also be part of what will be a quad duel there. Another quad duel at Oberlin as they welcome in Black River, Firelands, and Clearview. So Lorain County League getting after each other this week. And in the SWC, Avon Lake sees Olmsted Falls on what should be a good one. Amherst goes to Elyria. Avon is at Midview, and then North Ridgeville sees Berea Mid-Park. So plenty still to come here in the high school wrestling scene in Lorain County as we get closer and closer to state tournament time. So for Kristen Bauer behind the camera, I am your host, Rocco Nushi, saying thank you for watching another episode of The Matt Report, brought to you by our friends at Cobos Insurance Center. We'll see you guys next time.